God, I'm a bitch. What's up, guys? Got a review for you today. 2 tanks. Which one's the better one? Looked this up online. Didn't see anything. So I figured here's my golden opportunity to break into this YouTube game of reviews. And yep, I got a mirror in the background because I've got a great setup here for you today. So what I'm going to be reviewing today is the Smok TFV12 Prince and the Aspire Cleito 120, which comes in this packaging, but I ruined it, so I didn't want to show it. But here it is. That's what it comes in. A little similar like that. It's got a nice little sleeve that says Cleito 120 on it. But here, yeah, basically inside these 2 compartments, you're going to be getting an extra coil, 0.16 ohm coil, best through 100 and 120 watt range. Also comes with this extra glass. Cool. It came with a nice orange band that I threw away by accident, so we don't have it anymore. Now, TFV12 Prince. Very, very hard to find. I had to go to like 6 different stores in South Florida and call around 100 of them to find who had the green TFV12 Prince. Now, some had it, but they had the iridescent color, which doesn't really work good with my mod. They had the blue, silver, no black ones. I don't think I even asked for black ones. So yeah, nice slip sleeve there. Inside, you get a nice little how to smoke this thing, different languages and stuff. Yep. And then you get inside here, there's no weight in there, by the way, so you got the nice smart design, and atomize your user attention, and yeah, so don't burn it, whatever, silicone baggie. This is where the tank would be if I had it in there. I already opened this and I've been using it for a little while. Comes with the standard setup, extra glass, 2 coils, and the rubber kit. Now this didn't come with a, did not come with a rubber ring of Savior, a Savior World ring. But it did come with a Q4 coil already inside. I switched it out for the T10 coil, which is the 5 coil setup. And it comes with the 2 coil, the, what is this one called? The X6 coil. 2 of them in there. I heard they're pretty good. I heard this one's really good with flavor, the single coil one. I haven't used them yet, so the only review I'm going to be doing is for the T10 coil versus the Cleito, which I know the T10 is the best for vapor because it's got the 5 coil setup. Both of these are pretty good. I don't vape that high on either of mine. I try to keep it low because I want to keep battery life efficient and flavor there. I don't want to taste the burnt char. Not my thing. So yeah, that's the setups you get. I mean, they're pretty simple, pretty standard stuff there. Now when I did get this TFV12, I bought I don't know why I bought a whole pack of them. I probably shouldn't have because it was 20 bucks. I bought a whole pack of the T10 coils, which is what I currently have inside of it now that I've been vaping on. And this is 60 through 120, best through 80 through 110. Again, very standard stuff. I use it on the lower end 80 watts just to keep it cool because this, the one thing about Smok and their products is they take a lot of fluid. And when you're vaping on a budget, you got kids you got to feed, like I do, you won't want to go through juice that much, even if you are a heavy user, which I'm a very heavy user. I just quit smoking recently 5 weeks ago. I used to vape back in the day, back when the pens were still cool. I came around back in the game. I bought the RX200, 3 battery setup. I got 100 different setups. I mean, I got, freaking the RX Mini, the RX200, the Tesla setup. I got a cold that I'm getting over, and I'm out of Theraflu there. So yeah, basically, I know I've been in the vaping world for a while now, for the better part of 4.5 years. Really trying to quit, but this time I really said, I got to quit, so I did it. So what I'm using today to do this review is I got the TFV12 Prince on my RX200 at 80 watts. 3 batteries set up, the Samsung VTC4s, 3 of them. So, if you want to say battery makes a difference, then you can say that. I'm just purely doing 80 watts with 3 batteries versus 100 watts with the MJXO 35 amp hour batteries. There they are there. Again, if you want to tell me that, this is not a good review because, battery usage, I apologize. This is what I got. I could switch tanks, but it's kind of annoying to just, switch them back and forth. So for ease of access, I did these setups. I really don't think it'd be that big of a difference. Now, initial impressions, I do have to say the TFV12 Prince steals the show. Is a pretty tank. And on top of this Tesla Y mod with the green splatter, it looked really good. I started calling it the Hulk, for lack of better because I'm a young child in my heart, so that's why I said the Hulk. But I mean, you got pretty standard setup here. They added this little button here. I don't know if you can see it. Where the shit is it? They added a little button here on the side. Apologize for that, but yeah, there's the button. You can see it kind of protruding out right there. And what that does is just locks into place when you do the, the swivel action to fill the juice up. Which, if you've watched any video on these, you've already seen how they work. It's got a one-way airflow, basically open or closed, whereas the stay with one, Ryan, and then do the other after. Yeah, 8 mils of fluid. 8 mils of fluid in here. It is a gargantuan tank in aspects, but it also doesn't take up that much of a big profile on your mod. I mean, it is pretty flush with, any setup, even on the Tesla Y. So it does look pretty good, no matter what. And it's cool that this drip tip's kind of like a dark teal color with it's sparkly, and they call it like a snake pattern. It is removable drip tip right there. I don't know what the measurement of that is. Some guy can quote me, whatever. 810 drip tip, sure, sounds good. It does have a spring-loaded 510 connection in the bottom, at the bottom there, which is pretty cool. All right, love you. Daughter is my boss apparently. So yeah, there's the Smok TFV12 prints. Like I said again, I have the T10 coil inside, which is the 5-coil setup, and it is a 0.12 coil. Now the Aspire Cleito, I got this about excuse me, 4 weeks ago. When I first got off the e-cig or the cigarettes and tipping and all that crap I was doing, and I went with the Tesla Y mod. The guy sold me because he said it's the lightest 2-battery 200-watt mod in the game, and I figured that's pretty cool. And because it's made by Tesla, I also thought that was pretty cool. So when people ask me like, "Yeah, I got a Tesla e-cigarette, not a car," sad. Anyways, so I figured that was a cool way. It looked pretty cool. I like the green splatter. It comes in a whole bunch of colors. If you want me to do a review on this box mod for a guy who's not a crazy vapor, I'll do that for you. I can also do an RX200, which is old news now. Same thing with this RX Mini, old news now. But yeah, what I'm vaping on in this for both these is a 6 milligram Aqua Pure. This bottle's almost out. That's why I went and bought this one. This juice is phenomenal. These guys have, this is my vape life, right there, my everyday vape. Yeah, so that's what I got in both these now. But anyway, back to the tank here. Now this tank is a very simple setup. It does have a full articulating airflow, which I keep both of them open. Up top, you got the nice little plastic drip tip. I'm sure it's got some kind of fancy material. I just don't know. I'm unscrewing the whole thing. Hold on. There we go. Pretty easy. Just a solid. The whole drip tip in top is completely combined, and up top you got the one port up top to fill it. So similar to how the Smok is with the fill up. You got one little tube there. You just drop in the juice, and I think this is a 6 mil tank. I can't remember 100%, and I don't have the instruction booklet anymore because I'm an a-hole and threw it away. But yeah, pretty sure it's a 6 mil tank. So yeah, personal preferences. Personal for a reason. I bought the TFV12 because I've seen a bunch of reviews on YouTube, which is probably why you're watching this video now. And it's a great tank, best in the game, best one from Smok yet. Smok, whatever it is, potato. The best tank they've made yet. Vapor Beast, Flavor Beast, works. I'm like, I gotta have it. You gotta have it. Why not? You watch YouTube videos, you gotta go buy everything. I never watched a video on the Cleito 120 ever. I just went into the store. The guy had it on his. He showed me how it worked, and he said I swear by it. I'm like, cool, put it on. Let's get it. Paid $35 for this tank, $50 for this tank in store. So I know it's a lot more expensive than online. But I'm a guy who needs stuff now and not 2 days from now. Also with the mod, I bought this for $75 online. You can find it for $50. I probably can't even buy this one anymore because it's actually like Stone Age equipment here, this RX200. So my personal preference is I like the Cleito 120 the best. I'm back to it today. I took off my TFV12 prints. I took it off and put this back on. Filled her up last night. Let her saturate all night. I know you don't have to, but I just did anyway because when I first started hitting, I got that weird new coil taste. I just don't care for that. So I kept hitting this for the last night until I went to bed. Woke up, started firing on this again. This whole setup here weighs like a third of a pound or something crazy. It's really super light compared to my RX200. I mean, that tank's a beast. I mean, it's a gargantuan piece of equipment there. So anyways, yeah, I got to say this is my favorite here. I brought this out to the field environment with the military about 2 weeks ago. I got a couple people to go to vape it because of it. They really liked the way that the flavor was. Obviously, the juice has a big factor in that, but the way that it operated, the vapor, they were really, really pleased with it. And some guys were actually going to want to find me to hit this instead of going outside and smoking, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, Vape Nation, right? So at the end of the day, I went back to this because I feel like the flavor in this is far better than the TFV12 prints. Now, I feel like the vapor production, I can talk, I promise. I'm going to college, almost done my AA. So I feel like the vapor production in the TFV12 is better than the Cleito 120. But then again, now when I do the test, it doesn't seem like there's that much difference. However, I do think you get more cool vapor out of that than this, because this one it burns a little hotter. I'm burning this at 100 watts, and this is at 80. So yeah, there's a 20-watt difference, and the heat is a lot different in 20 watts. But I have to say the flavor. That's what I'm here for. I want the flavor because instead of getting excited for that nicotine and dip and tobacco, I got excited for my flavors. I was like, I got to go back to have this. You know, after I got done eating, I need my fruit, my aqua pear, my strapple melon. That's what I like to call it. Strawberry apple watermelon, strapple melon. I have to have it. When I got this tank, I realized quickly that the next day or two after I filled it up and I was using it, I figured it starts breaking in. I started getting a burn flavor. And I was like, that's not cool. And it started getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Yeah, the vapor was still good, but I was getting a complete burn taste, and I didn't like that. Now, it could be something I did wrong. Sure. It didn't fire in my pocket. I know that. I don't put it in my pocket, for one. But, yeah, so let me just do a quick vapor thing. And I got a fan on, so it's probably going to suck. But real quick, you know, here I'm going to do the Cleito 120 first. This is at 100 watts, and the battery's at 77%. It's got good vapor production. I mean, you're getting more out of this than you would a cigarette anyway, or a Black and Mild, or whatever you smoke. I'm a bitch too. I really am. I mean, this is 6 milligrams. And I'm doing this because I was dipping and smoking at the same time. And I also got a cold, so I'm coughing a lot more. Whatever the case is, this excuse is I can't hold my weight in the vape world. So on the TFV12, I got 80 watts on this one with a full battery, full 3 VTC4s. But here, this one is an open bore. You can see that was clearly a lot more vapor. You're able to take a bigger draw of this because it's just cooler than the 100 watts I'm trying to get this at. It also seems like this one's got a little bit of a harsher hit than this one does. And I know you can change the settings in the mod on this one at least for hard, soft, or normal hit. Well, I've never touched that. All I do is literally I turn it on and I adjust the wattage and I vape. That's all I do. I don't play with any of the freaking settings in it. I'm not a high speed guy. But yeah, you're getting a lot of vapor out of the TFV12. Like I was saying, this one actually has good flavor now, but if I were to vape this for another hour or so, I start getting the burnt taste, and I can't quite figure out why, but my luck with Smok has not been good, and I don't know if it's user error, which it probably is. I think Smok makes a very good product. However, my TFV8, it leaked at the bottom. Now, I heard it, you know, someone just told me the other day, and it was the first time I ever heard about it, that if this seal up top is messed up, it'll cause leaking at the bottom, which I didn't know. And I noticed that one of my older TFV12, it looks like that rubber got pinched inside. Now, this looks like a solid build. This is a solid design. I mean, it's a gargantuan of a tank. And I don't think anyone's going to have any problem if they pick this up over the Cleito 120. I'm just giving you my personal preference because I haven't seen this video online yet of these two tanks. So, versus each other. But I think if you're a flavor chaser, then you want the Aspire Cleito 120. I think this thing's got best flavor. It's a single coil setup. Long-lasting coils. I had this thing in there for probably a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and I didn't realize I had to change it until my fluid right there started turning orange because the coil was burnt. And I was like, time to change me, bro. Get it done. So I bought a couple extra coils to have on hand. That way I can always be rocking my Cleito 120. Now with the TFV12, if you want clouds, that's your guy. I gotta go.